about the bow and how to string it. This video looks at all the parts and how to put them together. You've got a new bow, it's turned up from the shop or in the mail. It comes in parts. Now how do we put it together? Now we're going to start with recurve bow, and many people do start out this way, and it is an excellent way to begin. We have the handle or the riser. This is the part the limbs attached to, and all your other accessories will attach to this. The limbs, the springs that will shoot your arrow towards hopefully the gold. The string, and without the string your bow is just a stick. Okay, we need to attach our limbs. Now they come as two limbs, and if you notice, one of them has numbers written on it. That's our poundage and our draw length. This one is our bottom limb. Just insert it into the groove and screw it in firmly, but not too tight. If you have a bow with the international limb fittings, then just slide it in, pushing in and down until you hear a nice confident click, and then it's in place. You'll find there are two loops, one bigger than the other. Now this one goes over the top. There are three ways of doing it. There's the step-through method. There's the push-pull method. Now with the step-through method, it's not a very good method because it can twist your limbs, damaging your bow, and it can also void your warranty. The push-pull method is better because it doesn't twist your limbs, but to do it at high poundages does take a real knack. The best way, the easiest way, and the way that will look after your bow is to use a bowstringer, and it's also the way that will make your manufacturers happy. Now this is a bowstringer, and once again it has a bigger cup and a small cup. The big cup goes on the bottom, the small cup goes at the top. When I'm starting off, I've got the big loop over the top limb and slid down the top limb a little bit. I place the big cup on the bottom limb and the small cup on the top limb. I've got the limbs curving up, and I place either 1 or 2 feet on the string. And I'm going to do that somewhere near the middle. Now pulling up with your hand, the strongest hand, I'm left-handed so I'm going to use my left hand, and slide the string into the groove. Releasing slowly, just to make sure the string is in that groove. There, our bow is strung. There's a tip-to-tip bowstringer, which is the one I just showed you, and there's the tip and saddle, which is this one. You'll notice that it has the cup at one end, like before. Also has a rubberized bit, which is called the saddle. Once again, I set up the bow in exactly the same way. The small loop of the string is at the bottom, the big loop is up the top, and I've slid it down a little bit. I put the cup on the bottom limb. I put the saddle around a quarter or a third down the limb. Again, using 1 or 2 feet, step on the string at the ball of the feet and then pull up. Put the loop over the knock and then release slowly. And again, your bow is strung. To de-string your bow, we just go through the same process but backwards. You put your saddle on the limb or the tip at the end, step on it, pull up with your dominant hand, move the string down the limb and then release slowly. Now your bow is unstrung. Okay. So let's have a look at the riser again. There's a few holes in it. Now these two holes are where you're going to screw in your sight. We have a hole at the front, that's where we put our stabilizer, and we'll look at what that does a little bit later. We also have a hole for the plunger button, and again that'll be something we'll look at later. Now this is the arrow rest, generally held on by a self-adhesive label, and the hole in the rest will sit over the hole in the riser. Let's recap. We've looked at the parts of the bow, the riser, the limbs, the string, and the rest. We've looked at how to string it using the bowstringer, making your bow ready to shoot. So I invite you to follow along with more of my videos, and you can do that by clicking there. Or visit my website, and you can do that by clicking there. Thank you. Join me again. Shoot well.